Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
I'm not sure what that is at the top. What the hell is that? God. Let's see. Delete that. Alright. Okay, looks like You okay there, Ray? Hey, check and see what the date that Ray account was created. Already being a troll right out of the chute. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, looks like there's some new video out today and some interviews with Salazar here, etc. Hopefully can you guys hear me? Yeah. What's the yawn for there, Ray? I'm just waiting for your answer and then we'll move forward. Got about 10 more seconds to answer and we'll be timing out. Yeah, you can hear? Okay, cool. In fact, there was something else I was going to do. I think everything should be working. I had to reboot the computer. And then you always have to reset everything. And I updated my graphics card, etc. Just want to make sure everything's working. Yeah, so. See you later, Ray. It's nice meeting you, man. Good stuff. Jeez. Alright, let's see. What do we got? Alright, so let's just start listening to this. There's new surveillance footage from a dash camera, and he mentions it like 3 minutes in, so maybe we could listen to those 3 minutes. This is from News 4 San Antonio. They have good coverage of the case. So here we go. And while you're watching, if you want to help support the channel, we didn't do too well on the earlier show, the court hearing, probably because it was so boring. But if you guys can help support the channel, that would be awesome. This is the 29th. We've only got one more normal day and then our donation night.
Good afternoon. We're out here at the scene of our mobile command post.
Welcome, Jason. Oh, by the way, Jess Safera, I don't know if you guys remember him, but he was like a, I forgot what it was, like a detective sergeant or, head of detectives, And he's donated money over the years to Identifinders International for, as one of the freaks, so he just sent 500 more into Identifinders through Intermountain Forensics. So thank you, Jeff. All right.
We're stepping up operations.
And welcome, Jason McCowan.
Up to this point, we've been relying upon the school to allow us access, and the school's been great partners, but at a certain point, we see that you know, we don't want to interfere with their operations either.
Let me see if I can get rid of that stupid hum. Oh, there it is. Noise reduction. I just saw it. There it is. Let's get rid of the de-hummer.
And so we've
Get rid of that one. De-noise is probably better.
now set up our command post. Again, they've been gracious enough to let us use the parking lot. That way we can come out and do what we need to do without disturbing their ongoing operations. But as of now, you know, as the last few days, we've been talking about the lack of video from the community. Up to this point, really the only thing that we had was we had some videos and stills from her driveway, from the young lady's driveway, and what we believed was her right around 7 a.m. Late yesterday, we were made aware of a second video that somebody from the neighborhood here was on their way to work about 7 a.m., about the same time, and saw what they believed may have been her on a dash cam. This person had a dash cam operating in their vehicle. They shared that video with us. And again, at present, I'm not able to say with 100% certainty that this is you know, the young lady in the picture.
I think it's incredibly likely her
picture, but it does certainly have the clothing description on this pedestrian certainly does match up with what she was wearing at the time. And so, you know, we're sharing that information, that video with you all, in hopes that somebody may have collected similar video. Up to this point, really, this was the best direction of flight that we were able to develop. Again, at first, all we had was video right there, right around the residence, and so now, if this is indeed her, we've got what we believe to be a good direction of flight. And so, what it looks like is that back over this way is where the residence is. It looks like she may have come out onto Wild Horse Parkway and taken a left, and was actually heading this general direction when a motorist driving to work passed her and was able to capture the video. Again, we'll share it with you all. She is wearing what we believe this young lady was wearing about the time that she was last seen. Light blue pajama shorts, if you will, and a dark colored top. And so we're asking anybody, again, with any information to please give us a call, 210-335-6000. You can also email us at bcsotips@bear.org.
Why don't you spend a little more time slowing down the phone number and the email address? You know, that's the important part. But you know, it's not like you're reading off the disclaimers at the end of a drug commercial. Okay. Let's see. So we got that, and let's move it over to, this is the surveillance here. And this is one of the ways we were saying she could have gone. And this is the way that she could have gone that has the least possibility of her being on surveillance. I mean, it just sucks. So here it is right here. And at first I just wasn't sure if she was walking away, but I think it's also interesting that she's walking in the bike lane, not on the path that's over there. I'm not sure why you would be doing that. It just seems weird. Why not walk on the sidewalk? All right, but you can see her. She's walking right there, and this is right around that time. And this is them. They like adjusted the lighting on it. You can see she's got shorts on.
Yes, I'm Camila's father.
All right, you see that? All right, so I was able to find out exactly where she's walking. Took a couple minutes, but I was able to do it. All right, so she came out down her street like this, and like I said, all the way to like here, there's no cameras other than that one. And then maybe none of these have any. And then once you get right there, this had one. And none of this camera here possibly could have seen her. Like her legs walking by or something. But then once you get out to this street, there's no cameras because these are all fences. And, you know, nobody's filming the freeway. There's no reason to. And then she walked down like this. And, you know, it took me a minute because I wasn't sure what direction, you know, I don't know. I don't live there or whatever, but I figured it out. So, like, even right here, right there, see that sign? That's kind of what I was looking for originally on a curve. And I found that, which is right there. See that? That's the sign, you know, the back end and like this. And then right after that, there are these yellow divider lines here with the reflectors. See that? So we go back to the here, and let's back up a little bit. We go right there. So there's the sign right there. And then the next spot, there's 1, 2, and then on the third reflector over to the left, right? So then you go, there's 1, and basically you can look at it like this. There's reflectors, 2, and then 3, and so she was walking like right around in that area there. And you can even, you know, even the trees and everything matched in the background. All right. So, you know, that's why I have her standing right here. So what we're looking at then is, you know, she left and went this direction. Now somebody had a cool idea. They found a culvert right over here. That was bad juju, but it doesn't look like that one was even closer to the house. If you look at it, it goes right there. That was pretty interesting, but now it doesn't look like that's really going to be the reality. There was a reason they crossed the street. So you got to look at it like that too. Why wouldn't she just come down, take a left on the sidewalk over here? You could do the same thing. In fact, it's safer on that side of the road because when you're walking on a road, you want to be facing the direction that traffic is heading towards you. You don't want to have traffic behind you. So she goes and walks, though, across the street for some unknown reason, and then is walking over here. So why do you think she's walking, what chose to go on that side of the street? Seems like it's a no-brainer just to turn left at the end of your street and walk the same way if you're just going on a walk. You know, so it kind of looks like you're going over like that. And, you know, the next road is over here that you would turn right on, and that would make sense that you would want to be over there, but I mean, it just seems odd to me that you would cross the street. And that school, I think this is where they're they have their meeting up with you know, like law enforcement does their interviews, etc. I think. I'm not absolutely certain. Might have been right here, actually, this park right here. I think this might be actually where they were. I mean, that's interesting, isn't it? And there's a school there, but I think this is where this looks more likely to be the spot. But hey guys, we're starting off with a massive lull, so if you have the ability to help support the channel, my channel relies on the people watching. Maybe gift some channel memberships to people for a late Christmas or whatever, but we need your guys' support. We are currently at a ridiculous like $6. So if you guys have the ability to, that would be awesome. Thank you. Right, so let's go back and continue listening. I mean, we'll watch this once all the way through here. So here it comes around the corner. There was that sign, and then there's a straightaway. But she crossed the street for some reason. And then she walked on the side of the road that's much more dangerous.
Father.
Yes, I'm Camila's father.
Tell me a little bit how you're feeling right
I mean, that looks pretty good. That looks like, you know, the pretty much what was described, and apparently this is the same time frame. So I think that makes that really good odds that that's her. Shorts. Yeah, she doesn't walk fast. The car's driving. Where do you guys come up with this stuff? She's just walking. The car is zipping by, so it makes it look like she's moving quicker. Alright, so let's go back to this part over here.
Email us at bcsotips@bear.org. And what we're asking is, once again, folks from the community, if you've got any surveillance camera video, or if you've got a surveillance camera that maybe you haven't had an opportunity to check up and...
It doesn't just look like someone in shorts. It looks like that's probably the person. That's who it is.
Until this point, please make it a point to look. Again, the last video that we have is about 7 a.m. Christmas.
They wouldn't be bringing it up if they didn't think it was very likely to be her. Okay? That's the truth.
Christmas Eve morning. But, you know, again, even if you don't live here in this immediate neighborhood, maybe you live 2 or 3 communities over. Hopefully it doesn't cost you much more than time to just look through your surveillance camera video from later that day and let us know. And let us be the judge of it. What we don't want is somebody to go, well, I'm not 100% sure that it's her. It's just a video of somebody, the top of somebody's body walking up my street. Show it to us. Send it to us. Let us be the judge of whether it's something usable or not.
It does look like her, Mike. Mike, we're not going to do this tonight, okay? It does look like her. They've actually confirmed that was her at the car. So we're not going to do what you want us to do here. We're not going to go down a conspiratorial route and it's some other thing happening.
What we don't want you to do is feel silly calling us, and in reality you're holding on to something that could help us out with this case. Any questions to this point?
The other video is so dark you can't tell. You're incorrect, Mike. They knew what she was wearing. They apparently have a video where she's rummaging around.
Right now, is the FBI involved? We heard some of those reports.
The FBI has been involved up to this point. You know, the FBI is always a good partner with us, and so right now they've been helping us out with going through some digital devices.
Nah, it didn't look like black pants when she's in the driveway. It looked like whatever law enforcement said that she was wearing. We can't see what she's wearing because it's too dark.
There's some digital evidence, enhancing video, things of that nature. Homeland Security has also been helping us out with regard to checking outbound flights, border crossings. Not that we have any direct information that would lead us to believe that she left the country, but again, we would be remiss if we didn't check everything. And so, you know, at present, there's nothing to share with regard to that. But again, we're thankful for our federal partners for giving us access to their databases that they have. Esta tarde voy a dar más información tocante esta niña que se fue de la casa el día 24 de diciembre. Nosotros hemos andado en esta búsqueda desde ese tiempo. Nosotros físicamente estamos checando el área, las vecindades, las áreas entre las vecindades donde hay monte. Naturalmente nosotros estamos checando todas esas áreas con drones, con perros, con caballos, lo que nosotros tengamos por medio de herramientas nosotros estamos empleando ahorita. Ahorita estamos aquí poniendo nuestro centro de inteligencia móvil aquí en esta escuela, y pues aquí vamos a estar por cuando menos unos cuantos días. Nosotros este día estamos compartiendo el video con sus estaciones, que se aparenta que parece que una persona que se capturó en es aproximadamente ese tiempo. Una comunidad, chequen sus cámaras. Nos pueden llamar al 210-335-6000 o también nos...
How about learn English?
Unless we have evidence to show otherwise, we believe that she did walk away from the residence on her own.
Any reason
Now, no, I mean, at this point, look, we've got several different theories working, and we've got to, the theories that we're working upon run the whole gamut of possibilities. We do have, unfortunately, some indications of suicidal ideations from this young lady in the past. We do know that there was some depression issues in the past, but as a young person, what young person doesn't have bouts of depression at a certain point?
That's sort of what we were saying yesterday. It's pretty common, but some people, when they get depressed, it's much worse and leads to much harsher things that they do. They can't handle it. And everybody, I think all of us have felt that way at some point, right? Where you feel hopeless or something. Like when, I mean, I felt like that after my brother died. I was just really, I'd say for 2 years, I wasn't really, I don't even know if I'm still the same person I was prior to that at all. It was just, I don't know. You just don't even really want to get up in the morning. You're just sort of just down and out for a long time. And, if you're in a long-term relationship and it ends, you feel like that too. Especially if you're, not the one that doesn't want to, didn't want to be in it, I guess. That feels shitty. Everybody's been like that. But some people, it, for some reason, makes them feel so much worse. And then, then there's just something called depression, where you're depressed and there really isn't a really great, nothing's really happening. That's just sort of your mindset, it's not intentional or anything. It's just people get depressed and there's no real catalyst per se, it's crazy.
So we can't.
And went over last night. We covered a case in New York 5 years ago on this channel that every element that they said sounded almost identical. I mean, it was crazy. She was 19 years old. She had just broken up with her boyfriend, and she ended up trying to talk to people. Nobody was really listening. I mean, not that they weren't listening. They were listening, and they tried to convince her otherwise, and she ended up taking a bus all the way to like Niagara Fall area and just jumped over the thing. And I don't think it was Niagara Falls. It was some other falls in that area. And she died, They actually found her head later because her body decomposed in the rapids, etc., and probably got, taken apart. I mean, it just sucks. That was almost the same story, but we don't know if that's what's happening here. This could be one where she is somebody who's depressed and it has nothing to do with what happened to her. Like maybe she literally went to her car and started walking. But now that you see her walking, I mean, why wouldn't she have waited so her phone had a little bit of charge instead of just walking? Interestingly, she took her keys. I mean, why would you take your keys if you weren't intending to come back? You could look at it like that. Why would she even take her keys? Wouldn't she just go out the door and leave? There'd be no reason that you would need your keys. So, I mean, that's one element you could look at. So maybe she didn't intend to come back. I think it's weird, like I said a minute ago, interesting that she went across the street at this intersection. Don't you guys think that's a little interesting? Like, why wouldn't you just come over here, turn left, and then walk down this bike path or on this sidewalk over here? Instead, she waited, obviously probably would have to wait for a car to drive by or something, ran across the street, and then walked with traffic, which is not what you're supposed to do when you're walking. And then not only did she not walk on the path over here, the sidewalk, she walked on the bike path. I think that's weird. That's true. Yeah, that's right. Maybe she was just unlocking her car door to get something out of it. What was she getting out of the car, though? That's true. I guess she needed to get into the car. So there you go. That's the reason she took that. So why wouldn't then you're left at why wouldn't she wait till there was a little bit of charge or start charging her phone? But apparently her phone was dead. And she wasn't even charging it in the house. And obviously, at this point, she wasn't looking a burner phone. My God, everybody tries to make these things so dramatic. It's wild. But obviously, she wasn't looking for her charger in her car at this point, right? It's obvious because she went walking away right then. Well, maybe she just couldn't find it, Gray, and then decided, well, I'll go on a walk anyways. No. I don't know. I think they sort of, didn't they kind of go back a little bit on the driver's license? But hey guys, how do we get the support for the channel going on here tonight? We're really struggling again. So can we get we need some channel memberships gifted, etc. The channel relies on you guys watching. Every one of us channels that do these live streams, they rely on you guys. They just don't say it. I'm telling you that because that's the only way I survive, is when you guys are supporting the channel. We really have a terrible start going currently. I know this is earlier than what I normally do, but it is what it is.
Necessarily afford to just say, oh well, that must be what it is. We've got to consider all possibilities, from disappearing willfully to the possibility of of self-harm, to somebody may have taken her. Maybe, you know, after this video, somebody may have taken her, and so we've got to consider all possibilities at this point. Unfortunate for us, we can't start narrowing that down until.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is the reason you would cross the road is if somewhere down the line, you know, you're kind of, it seems like you would want to go to the right at some point. You know, so if you look at it, she's going all the way down here and she's on that side. Why would you be on that side if you wanted to go this way? See, again, you would have been over here, and then, so I don't know. She might not have thought that much about it, you know, but hey, thanks, Karen. I wonder if they've checked this thing out. I mean, that's right there. I mean, what a I mean, they've only had that little bit of video so far. That's crazy. Hey, thanks, Karen Morrison. And Saturn dreaming of Mercury. Maybe there was another key she intended to use on her keychain subsequent to using her keys with their vehicle. Maybe. Yeah, maybe like at some other person's house or something, or what? Yeah, let me I'm gonna go fix something over here. Oh yeah, I guess that's good. Not sure what this thing is though. What is that? I don't know why that extra little. Let's see what happens. Alright, I'm just trying to fix this. I think it's supposed to be like over here on that, and then make that bigger so you can see that better. There you go. I mean, why are they waiting so long? Hasn't anybody put out a, hey everybody, check your surveillance footage between 6:45 a.m. till 8:30, or even 7:30. I mean, just hurry up. Okay, thank you all for looking. Now can you look even further? Everybody in this area, they should have gone to this entire, I would say this whole community here, every single person should have been aware to look at their camera footage immediately. And I'm talking, you know, the 25th, 6th, 7th, you know, everybody's just looking, and I bet you that they'd have way more. I'm kind of surprised that right here, because there's a camera on this house. This is the house that had the camera that filmed her, but there's one on this house. Apparently that didn't pick up anything. And then the rest of the street, you would think somebody would have cameras here. 2013, you can't tell, but up to this point I could see a couple, just that one. But over here there was a ton. Look at all these. Ding, 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 ding. All these houses had them. And then if she had turned left right there, you would have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cameras. But like I said on the show the other day, if she comes out to the main street right here, Wild Horse Parkway, there's no cameras out here. At least nobody, no homes face the street. Look, see how there's fences? Nobody's putting cameras out. Hey, let's look at the freeway. Let's look at the parkway there. I mean, nobody cares. You're filming your backyards or the front yard. And so this is what it looked like when she was walking, just like this. And she walked for some unknown reason in the bike lane. It almost seems like, intentionally dangerous. Like, why would you do that? You're wearing black and you go across the street and walk in the bike lane right next to the street. And there's no reason to do that. There's a sidewalk that goes all the way down on that side. Don't you think that's a little strange?
Some evidence takes us to that, and we're not there yet.
So what is being searched right now? What areas are being searched right now?
Right now, physically, we're searching as close to this area here. But as we're able to, and as more resources are coming online, we're able to.
So where is right here? Does anybody know where that is? It feels like it seems like he was talking about the school, but just a minute ago it looked like maybe. Let's take a look right here. That would make more sense to meet here, not at a school. Ah, crap. I think I saved it before. Hold on. Google Earth is so fragile. Yeah, well, you always want to be facing traffic coming towards you. Yeah, the picture in the driveway the other day, we couldn't tell what she was wearing on her pants. It did sort of look like full dark pants, but they said she was wearing shorts. And they must have been able to watch more of the video and really kind of determine things. For some reason, they didn't let the public see the video. They have these still frames from the beginning of each motion, which is ludicrous. All right, let's go back over here. Yeah. I wonder if he's like right over there. Let's see. On this side. I don't know. It kind of looks like is he right over here? Right. Some of these homes here kind of look like what you see in the background there. And there's even a fence over there. But there's a parking lot, so that doesn't really work. I don't know. I was thinking that was it, but maybe they were at the school here, too. I don't know. Let's just watch it.
Expand out a bit more. We've actually got a cadet class that's out here that's physically searching. One of our law enforcement cadets.
Yeah, I thought maybe it was at the elementary school, but
cadet class is out here searching. Mounted patrol is out on the ground as well. The drones, the dogs. We've got some volunteer search groups that are out, kind of doing their own thing.
Maybe over here.
Coordinating with us to the extent possible, but we're concentrating our efforts on this immediate area. John Paul, I'm sorry.
You have mentioned in the past that you believe she's in imminent danger. Can you elaborate as to what?
Sure. With regard to the imminent danger, what led to the clear alert was the information that we had that there may have been some suicidal ideations in the past, some attempts to self-harm in the past were a consideration. And so, again, it's just one of the many theories that we're exploring at this point. But, obviously a young person like this, small in stature, very young, very impressionable, I would say anytime they're away from home, and we don't know where they are, there's always an immediate danger there, concern.
The dash cam video where you sort of believe that you saw her, how far is that from her house?
The dash cam video that we saw is maybe a couple blocks from her home, maybe 2 blocks at the most. I'm just guesstimating there.
Holding anything?
No, she just appears to be walking. by herself, and you know, to the person that captured it, it didn't really mean much until such time as they put two and two together and said, wait a second, on my commute I saw somebody, and maybe she took a chance. The person that brought this to us took a chance, and hopefully it'll pay off for us and it'll help us at least it's given us a better direction of flight to be able to concentrate our efforts on. Sí, al principio de la investigación solamente teníamos un video de la casa, que aproximadamente a las 7 de esa mañana, que ella estuvo cerca de un carro. El problema con ese video es que no es video todo entero, es una cámara que toma fotografías cada cuantos segundos o cuando ve movimiento. Entonces no teníamos video entero para poder enseñar. Nosotros pensábamos que posiblemente era ella en ese video, cerca de un carro en su casa de ella. Ya este video que estamos compartiendo con ustedes es un poco despuesito de eso, aunque la fecha está equivocada, and I'll tell you guys this part in English here in a little bit. La fecha está equivocada, pero la mujer que capturó ese video, que lo compartió con nosotros, ella
Yeah, that's if you were taught to walk with the flow of traffic, your parent or whoever taught you, that's an idiot. Okay? You ride your bike maybe, but when you're walking, you walk towards the traffic coming at you. Okay? That's just the reality.
Sabe que cada día a las 7 de la mañana aproximadamente ella se va al trabajo. Ella iba al trabajo esa mañana aproximadamente a las 7 y capturó este video que a ella no figuraba que era nada importante.
What kind of a parent would teach you to walk with traffic? That's just the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Importante hasta que vio esto en las noticias y compartió el video con nosotros. The video that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, I just mentioned it in Spanish. The date is way off. The time is way off. For whatever reason. The lady that shared it with us, the couple that shared it with us, I should say, they know that this video was captured on this day. They were able to attest to that fact. And they know that she leaves for work every morning around 7 a.m. And so even though the date and time is off, she's fairly certain or very certain that video capture was right around 7 a.m. just after the time we saw her at her driveway.
Yeah, so the time isn't going to be correct on there. Well, I'm sorry you learned that in school. It must have had really stupid people. Riding your bike, sure. I mean, you got to ride, you can't ride on a road against traffic. But when you're walking, you want to be on the opposite side with the traffic headed towards you so you can see the car coming, not some car just randomly hitting you from behind.
You mencionó que ella sentía que estaba en peligro. ¿Por qué? ¿Cuál es la razón? Y habíamos escuchado de unas notas.
Bueno, nosotros tenemos información en esta investigación que esta niña sufrió de depresión. En algunos tiempos sufrió de depresión. Y que tenemos información que ella en algunos momentos habló de cómo...
Okay, right here. I just looked it up. You should always walk against traffic, facing oncoming vehicles when there's no sidewalk, as this allows you to see cars approaching, make eye contact with drivers, and react quickly. Can I get a boom? You see what I'm saying? I don't make shit up on the show, okay?
Cometer suicidio. Ahora, se sabe que muchos jóvenes de esta edad sufren con depresión y de vez en cuando también hablan de hacerse algo ellos mismos. Por eso nosotros...
Okay, you know what, Julie? I'm getting tired of your just every time you're always looking for some other alternate answer. Just get the hell. Just take a time out, man. Maybe come back later.
No nomás nos estamos concentrando en esa idea, sino que todavía tenemos que fijarnos en toda la información. Puede ser que...
Not only did she have a sidewalk to walk on, she walked in the street, in the biking lane, okay?
Desafortunadamente ella se hizo algo ella sola. También puede ser que ella solamente huyó de la casa y...
Thanks, H-Doc. You know what? This is one of those ones where I'm like 50-50. Like she went and did something to herself, or she was depressed like every person, like a kid is, especially after you break up. And then some nefarious actor just happened to show up on that day. Not that day. She was just depressed generally, I guess. Something like that. But it might have been somebody she thought wasn't nefarious, like some person that she had met or, intentionally was going to meet up with. But then she wasn't really ready to stay away from home for a long time. So just based on how she left the house, and it just seems more likely that she went and did something to herself. Because it wasn't like, she didn't even seem like she was even ready to go walking, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? What do you mean, Kolbs? Yeah, I mean, it's weird that she walked across the street. Obviously, when there's a sidewalk, you don't have to walk against traffic. That's obvious, everybody. I mean, who doesn't know that? But if you're in the street, as I said, and what's happening in this video here, she went across the street intentionally, which is weird. And then she walked in the bike lane with traffic behind her, which is incredibly dangerous. And it's just sort of doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Quiere estar sola por unos días, unas semanas, pero también es posible que alguien se la llevó. Entonces nosotros tenemos que considerar toda esta información mientras que vemos para dónde nos lleve la evidencia.
Sé que habían perros olfateadores. ¿Hasta dónde llegaron esos perros?
Bueno, están en esta estaban en esta vecindad. Pero también esos perros.
Yeah, except I don't know if you saw the other show the other night, David, was that I actually called the aunt up, and the mother was in the background, and she was asking the mother questions, and the phone was dead when the mother approached it. Of course, people were saying, how do we know when the phone went dead? I mean, it could have went dead an hour after she left the house or whatever, but the phone was dead. And then the mother put the charger to it. So did she leave the phone there like, oh, it's dead, but why wouldn't you charge it so it's ready to go when you get back? See, all of those things make it seem like she intentionally let the phone drain and just sort of like was leaving it there. That's what it seems like to me. What 19-year-old wouldn't turn it on? Hey, thank you, Bakalula. Hey, I haven't been able to say that name in a while. Bakalula. Hey, thank you. Really appreciate it. And welcome all the new members.
Perros tienen límites a lo que pueden hacer. Nos llevaron a una vecindad aquí cerca y luego de allí ya no tuvieron éxito con decirnos dirección.
You mentioned a path of flight. Does this new video at all narrow where you guys are really searching for?
Well, it gives us a direction of flight, right? Again, to that point, all we had was her driveway and really didn't know from there. This at least gives us an idea. It was okay, this general direction coming from the residence itself. But with that being said, we still won't say with 100% certainty it's got to be on this side. Well, we're still going to consider all things, but obviously it's going to steer us a little bit more strongly toward this direction, this general direction. But again, once she hit that roundabout that's back here, she could have gone anywhere from there. Mm-hmm. So it does narrow it down a bit, but just not 100%.
So we were told that she goes on walks. That's normal.
Mm-hmm.
So where she was, is that a normal place for her to go on her walk?
It's a normal, along her normal route, from my understanding. This young lady is a bit of a fitness enthusiast. She was very much into going to the gym and very much into walking. But again, normal part of her route.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it is kind of like a loop if you cross the street there, I guess, and then you come around. You could come in like this, and then walk around, and then take a right if you wanted to, come back. Why don't they publish what her route is, Wouldn't that make sense, everybody? Publish the route and say, hey, specifically, anybody that lives on here, can you quickly check your cameras? But anyways, maybe came around like that. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things. You could come like this, turn here, go up this street, and then boom, you're right back up there into your neighborhood again. But then you'd have to think that just after going around that corner, somehow she got abducted or something. But she could have walked all the way around and came out somewhere over here somewhere, and we just don't know what her route is, right? So why don't they release that next? Wouldn't that be great?
You mentioned digital evidence and digital devices. The FBI is assisting you with that. Can you elaborate on what those devices and evidence is?
She left behind a cell phone, which, as you know, to a young person that age, or even a not so young person who leaves their cell phone behind, right? It's unheard of. But she left behind a cell phone. She left behind an iPad, and so we've had the opportunity to go through some of that.
Well, leaving behind an iPad, of course, you're not going to go on a walk with an iPad. How many times does anybody go on a walk with an iPad? I mean, I do, Gray. I really do. I do work. I don't give a shit, man. In the general population, I don't think anybody, I think 1% or less would ever go walking with an iPad. Okay? It's going to be your cell phone.
Digital evidence, again, thanks to the help from our friends at the FBI. I can't part with too much from what was gleaned from that, but we were able to glean some information from it.
Yeah, I found the spot where she was in the video.
Are you doing that because something indicated she might?
Oh, you put it on wheels?
No, there was no indicator that she left, but it's something we'd be remiss if we didn't check, because the last thing we want to do is spend a whole bunch of time searching this immediate area and then she flew to Mexico. There's no indicator here that occurred.
Thanks,
but we had to
Trev.
check. Just like we had to check. I can tell you one of the things that I personally saw too yesterday is, she's a U.S. citizen. This young lady is a U.S. citizen. But we still checked with ICE to see.
That's because you're an idiot. Yeah.
Do you have anybody by this name in your custody?
See what now he's trying to do the political thing. Oh, they're arresting every single person.
Custody. Again, not any indicator at all that ICE may have picked her up, but we know that ICE is operating heavily everywhere right now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
And unfortunately, being a U.S. citizen is no guarantee that you're not going to get swept up in something.
Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. See, I think San Antonio's probably an outlier in Texas.
Thankfully, we were not. That didn't lead us to anything. They didn't. They indicated that they did not have her in custody. But again, we would have been remiss if we didn't at least ask that question.
Nobody asked you, Bruce. You can observe quietly then. Maybe come back another time.
Mira, nosotros estamos viendo en cada parte del condado que gente se desaparece. Nosotros no tenemos
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't mean to hit the actual button there, Bruce, but I know you're just joking around. I was trying to be like...
razón para conectar estos casos. Ya se sabe que el año pasado tuvimos otro incidente acá en esta vecindad, cerca de aquí, donde una jovencita de Cuba, era inmigrante de Cuba, se desapareció. Ella desafortunadamente la encontraron en el monte. Ella se había quitado la vida ella sola, ella misma. Este caso no se piensa que está relacionado a ningún otro caso. Si ya nosotros...
Yeah, well, the thing is, it was 7 in the morning. So it wasn't really nighttime. I mean, it's going to get light soon, I guess. Right? It was 7 in the morning. I've had a weird experience walking, so I'm sure she had to before. Yeah, I mean, one of the things that's interesting is like she would like they said, normally go on these walks, and she's very pretty, and this is an area with human trafficking, and so you can't really rule out something where maybe she was depressed, but had nothing to do with what happened to her. So she goes on this walk, and somebody had timed it and knew what she was doing and was waiting in a specific spot that was a little bit more like on her normal route, that a spot that is tricky and sort of off the radar, kind of, like there's no cameras, etc. And maybe they abducted her. I mean, that's definitely, something that you can't say isn't what happened. But it's just interesting that they brought up that she's had these ideations of taking her own life. So when you hear that and they're talking about it, then you sort of think, okay, is that why she was sleeping in bed with her mom? Because her mom was sort of worried about her like that and had her sleep in there. And then in the morning, she just kind of went outside and went somewhere. You know, who knows where that was. All right.
Nosotros logramos evidencia que nos llega a juntarlo con otro caso, entonces sí, y lo reportamos, pero por ahorita este caso no está relacionado con ningún otro caso.
Sabemos que las autoridades de Nuevo León emitieron una alerta de que ella estaba desaparecida. ¿Hay una razón en específico por cual ellos la lanzaron?
No sé, sí sé que tiene parientes en México, la niña, pero ahorita no hay ninguna información que nos lleva para México.
Who's this Kolb's idiot? What kind of a stupid comment is that, man?
No sé por qué ellos pusieron ese aviso. Sé que en otras partes de nuestro país, hasta en Chicago, los medios nacionales están llevando esta historia. Entonces no se sabe por qué. Solamente que quieren compartir la información con las esperanzas de ayudarnos a nosotros.
My name's I work with a lot of missing persons.
Yeah, I mean, she could have been picked up. I mean, there's so many things that are still wide open. I sort of lean towards the self-harm thing because they made a big deal about that. But I'm not like, oh my God, that's exactly what happened. I'm sort of like, 65% that, and then 30, and like 20%. She had somebody she was communicating with, and that person turned out to be a nefarious actor, or she met with somebody and they're just chilling. I don't know. I mean, it seems like she would have gone back home by now or called or something. So, yeah, I don't know. There's like 3 different options, right? That I think you can rule out that something accidental happened to her. You can throw that out the window. That's like one in 1,000 on that. It's like, where did she go though? I mean, did she take a bus at some point? I mean, I don't even know where they're searching. They're not really specific about that.
Thank you, sir. Let me concentrate on the media folks here.
For people that want to help, right?
Yes, sir.
People in the community,
Yes, ma'am.
What can they do besides, anyone that lives in the neighborhood with the video? What volunteer efforts are underway or available?
Well, so the volunteer search groups are kind of doing their thing right now. We would just appreciate it if they coordinate with us. Far be it from us to say don't search. If they feel it in their hearts to do that, we'd appreciate them coordinating with us to let us know where they're going to be. We certainly welcome the help if they so choose. But
we talked about trafficking the whole time on the case. That's all we talked about. It's a huge trafficking area. We talked about that in this very show, Grant. Yeah, it's been one of the main themes.
We would ask that they kind of...
She was abducted. Like that's the other one. Like, she knew somebody and that person turned out to be a nefarious actor. Then the other one is somebody abducted her and knew what her route was, and she's very pretty, and that's why they abducted her to put her into the trafficking world. That's exactly what we said at the beginning of the show. We've said it on yesterday's show, the day before that, etc. It's a huge problem in this exact area.
If they see law enforcement searching a particular area, that they just kind of stay out of that area. The last thing we want to do is be tripping over each other. But certainly if they feel that it's in their hearts to search a certain area, we'd appreciate that.
Just your thoughts on that.
I'm sorry?
Have you found any relevant physical evidence during these ground searches?
No, well, look, I certainly wouldn't be the type to discount anything at this point. I can tell you we haven't been made aware of any evidence that we would say is meaningful. But again, with that being said, if any of these search parties come across anything that they feel is relevant, call us. Call us. What we would recommend or what we would ask is that they not touch it.
Yeah, I mean, it's Christmas Eve, early morning. Maybe some people are getting up to go shopping, but places don't open up that early, right? Regardless of, it's a holiday, they might still open up at 9 in the morning. But also, I mean, if it's somebody that was trafficking, did they sit there and wait every single day hoping that she walks by? Did they have other people look out and say, okay, here she comes, something like that? I don't know. It just seems more likely, now that we see her even alone walking further away, that, and without her phone, she intentionally left it at home. She didn't want to be tracked. So she's likely somewhere where she did something to herself. You know, that's probably the most likely scenario.
Because if it does happen to end up being some sort of evidence, we don't want that chain of custody tainted in any way. So if you happen to see something out there, call us 210-335-6000.
Just your concern.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this Kolb's guy. It's boring me. Or at least time him out for the rest of the maybe 30 minutes. If you can come back and act like a normal human being when you come back, that'd be great.
That we are now in day 5 without seeing her.
Look, always cause for concern. You know, young folks, a lot of things can happen.
And thank you, Saturn Dreaming of Mercury. Good points again. But what do you think? Do you think that what do you think about what I just said? Like, what time? We could look up and see what time the store is opened up.
Happened to a young person in a matter of hours. So yeah, the fact that we're five days out and counting is certainly cause for concern. A lot of things can happen to this young lady. That's why it's incumbent on us, on this community, to everybody come together with the objective of getting her back to her family sooner rather than later.
Can you talk about what agencies are helping outside of BCSO on the
Says some.
Right now, we're the only law enforcement agency out here on the ground that I'm aware of. We have
It does say that stores in San Antonio opened at various times on Christmas Eve 2025, with major retailers like HEB starting early at 6 a.m., while others such as Costco, Best Buy, and department stores in malls like Ingram Park opened at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. So there weren't too many that opened up at 6 a.m., but the big ones started opening up at 8 a.m. So there you go. Some information.
Coordinated with SAPD and with Helotes PD, obviously both great partners, because some of the search areas.
Maybe she didn't want to be there on Christmas. When people are depressed, Julie, they just take their lives when they feel like it, not because, oh, Christmas is tomorrow, let me wait.
Border their city limits. I'm certain that they'd come out and help us if we asked them to, but for right now, it's just BCSO. The FBI's been helping us out.
I totally agree with this one right here. That's ridiculous that they're like, hey, if you got camera footage, this is similar to Brown University, right? Like, well, I mean, what are you guys doing? Get out there and get the freaking footage. Like on the 25th, 6th, and 7th, they should have had it all wrapped up and had every piece of video possible in the area, not waiting for some random schmo to say, oh, look, I see something on my traffic camera. I mean, there are cameras everywhere here on the homes, in neighborhoods.
I mentioned with some of the technologies, and then HSI has been helping us with databases and things like that. ¿Mande? Bueno, pues aquí vamos a estar por unos cuantos días.
Yeah, this guy he's focused too much of his time on possible ICE violations. You can tell he didn't do what he was supposed to be doing.
Menos y ya.
The FBI, fortunately, is on it now, so.
Ya de ahí vamos a ver dónde nos lleva la investigación. Okay, gracias.
Can you confirm if that picture in front of her car is specifically her, and why they have like?
They say, can you confirm if the picture in front of her car is her?
Some people are saying that they have leggings.
I can't confirm for certainty that that's her. We
Okay, one of the articles said it was.
Believe that that's her.
We believe that's her.
And that's the premise that we're operating under.
Will you be putting up footage of in front of the school?
We've shared it with these guys. Yes, ma'am.
Putting the footage of the what?
Bueno, pues aquí vamos a estar por unos cuantos días, cuando menos, y ya de ahí vamos a ver dónde. I can't confirm for certainty that that's her. We believe that that's her, and that's the premise.
Okay. But here's the thing: is now that you see somebody that looks just like her walking on the street, wearing exactly what they thought she was wearing, doesn't it make it more likely that that is her at the car? Because she made it out of the area. I mean, what are you going to... explain what it would mean now that there's some other person at the car. Anybody know what... I mean, what's the story there? Okay, it's somebody else at the car, but... Oh, wait, she's walking down the street. Later. Wearing exactly the clothing she should be wearing.
Premise that we're operating under.
Will you be putting out the footage of in front of the school?
We've shared it.
Footage in front of the school. What are you talking about? Is that the dash cam, or are they talking about other footage in front of the school?
With these guys, yes, sir. Okay, thank y'all so much.
What about sharing with the family and the friends?
I mean, I guess that's sort of in front of the school, right? I mean, sort of. I mean, the school's way over here. I don't know if you would say that. Maybe they've got some other footage. And then he said, yeah, the roundabout. That's what he was talking about. So she would be walking over here, and then she could have came like this, and then I guess that goes right in front of the school. And then maybe that's, I don't know, where would you go from there, though? I mean, then you can't really get back into your area, I guess. Okay, he said that in there? All right. But he just said he shared it with people. So where's that footage? I mean, that would be crazy. That would mean if she goes by the school, then she likely walked like this. I mean, we just need to keep, and then I guess maybe they're looking in these woods here then. Well, that would kind of make sense. This wooded area right there. Because look at this. Now this is apparently Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salivar said in an update on Monday afternoon. Cadets and mounted patrol are also assisting in the search for 19-year-old Camila Olmos. Let's see. Oh, that's the same one I was at. Yeah, News 4. Olmos was last seen leaving her home in the 11,000 block. Yeah, we got that. Sheriff said in a update on Monday afternoon, the new video provides the best direction of flight for Camila on the morning she disappeared. I think they believe 100% that's her. They can't, well, they say you can't be 100%, but right. I mean, it's like incredibly likely her, right? I'm feeling down, devastated, he said. He described his daughter. Okay, they interviewed the daughter, too. Missing teen. Who's this person?
For people that are familiar with it.
Well, we're here. This is my third day actively searching for Camila Mendoza Olmos. And we have a few leads, but nothing set in stone. We're just here supporting the father, the mom, helping out to see what close to the family, and she loved her.
I'm hoping she just sort of was depressed and got a little like, screw this, and went and was hanging out with somebody just to make herself feel better for a while, and then it will show up later. Something like that. I hope she doesn't pull a Papini, though, and after she realizes what trouble she's in, she invents a story or something like that.
Good. I'll start with you. Just remind me of your first name and last name.
My name's Aitana Ponce.
And how do you spell your first name and your last name?
Here, let me get some of these clips. They're too... they, for some reason, they record mono. I can't stand the mono sound. What about you guys? I want to hear what these people have to say. You know, somebody more in her age range. So let me get that, make it audio better if you don't mind. But this is again on News 4. See, I think this might be in this area right here. Right in there. And there's even some, like, it drops down right in there. I think they were looking right in here. And that's near another, like a little baseball field, but then really close to like that school, right? So the school's there, and if you continue down that road, it leads right into that wooded area. So you'd probably want to check all of this and then even start walking around, you know, over here, whatever the hell all this looks like, mining areas. Now let's do these friends here. Audio channels. Watch how much better this sounds now. Watch.
And how do you spell your first name and your last name?
AITANA
I don't know why they don't fix their own stuff, but
PONCE.
Amazing. And then same thing for you.
I'm Amanda Saldana, AMANDA SALDANA.
Great. So tell me a little bit about what we're doing out here. Tell me a little bit about.
Thanks, Michelle.
This is.
But hey, guys, if you're out there, if you could please help support the channel, that would be fantastic. We're getting near the end of the month here. Got to keep trying to reach the goals.
Day 3 in the search?
Day 5.
Day 5. So what do we know so far?
Nothing much. I mean, we know that she went to her car in the morning, but that's really it. We just know, I mean, it's not like her. I don't think she's ever done this since we were kids. We grew up with her since we were little. She went to elementary with her, and all of our moms are family friends, so we just never, known her to be like that.
Same thing for you.
Yeah, she's always been probably the most cautious out of all of us, always had great intuition, so it's not like her to leave, and we don't know. We have no clue what happened.
When you first heard
what did she say? We don't know him?
She's always been probably the most cautious out of all of us, always had great intuition, so it's not like her to leave, and we don't know.
Huh. Well, that's sort of interesting. Almost like she had some inside information somewhere. We don't know him. Am I not hearing this correctly? It's like almost like she said something that they were told in the background. Now, I gotta listen to that again. Hold on.
Our family friends, so we just never, known her to be like that.
Same thing for you.
Yeah, she's always been probably the most cautious.
Yeah, so she knows them. She knows her, so I want to hear that again.
Out of all of us, always had great intuition.
She's all, so she knows this person really well.
So it's not like her to leave, and
so she knows her really well, so she's not talking about her.
We don't know. We have no clue what happened.
I think that was a slip of some sort there. I think that's saying we don't know him, right? Like there's a guy, and then she immediately says we don't know what happened, almost to cover that sentence up. What do you guys think? I think that is significant there.
We just never, known her to be like that.
Same thing for you.
Yeah, she's always been probably the most cautious out of all of us, always had great intuition, so it's not like her to leave, and...
What do you mean it could be a mistake? It is what it is. What do you mean you didn't hear that? What do you... maybe I'm just not hearing it right. I don't know.
She's just never, known her to be...
We don't know?
Be like that.
No, she didn't. She said that after that. I heard exactly what I heard, you guys. I'm not like some Hey, Gray, what the hell are you
Since
talking
we were kids, we grew up with her since we were little.
Listen.
She went to elementary with her, and all of our moms are family friends. So we just never, known her to be like that.
Same thing for you.
Yeah, she's always been probably the most cautious out of all of us. Always had great intuition. So it's not like her to leave, and we don't know him.
We don't know him. That's not a conspiracy. That's just, she said, we don't know him. Almost like they know that there's some, I don't know, but then why would law enforcement not be on that trail? We don't know him. And then the next sentence is,
we have no clue what happened.
We have no clue what happened. Almost like completely trying to wipe out that last sentence she just said. Now, it could just be an accident. Oh, God, you guys, it's just like talking to, it's obvious. It says, I don't know him, or we don't know him. Know him. What else are they talking about? Yeah, we don't know him, right? But she knows her, so who is she talking about other than that? Well, then you got to get your earwax out of your head, Lisa. Yeah. Jesus. Let's see.
We don't know him.
We don't know him. This is what she says. She says, we don't know like that. You don't hear that? We don't know him. You don't hear that? What's going on with you guys? It's just her accent? My God. Where do you come up with this stuff?
It's not like her to leave, and we don't know him.
We don't know. Let's see. Hold on a second.
To leave, and we don't know him. We don't.
What else do you hear right there? We don't know him. Right. I don't know where these other people saying they can't hear it. It's almost mind-boggling. It's clear as day. It's English.
And so it's not like her to leave, and we don't know him. We have no clue what happened.
When you first heard the news about her disappearance, what ran through your heads?
That they were gonna find her right away.
I'm not doing like spirit box thing where I'm trying to get you to hear something that they didn't say. It's crystal clear to me when I hear that. It's there. I don't know where there's pushback or anything in the comments. It's very odd, actually. It's crystal clear. What else are they saying? I don't want to do a poll because I'll be just like dumbfounded that people's brains don't work very well.
I thought that she just went on a walk or something. I didn't think that she went anywhere like.
I'll admit it could be saying something else. I just can't imagine what the hell else it is. All right, it doesn't mean your brain isn't working. It means some people just don't hear certain things. I don't know how you would be able to hear anything else. It's like.
Nothing much. We know that she went to her car in the morning, but that's really it. We just know, it's not like her.
Hey, Stanley, how about I do my show the way I want, and if you ever type something like that in again, I'll be removing you from the channel. Thank you very much. What do you mean you said, Timothy Cecil? You always take credit. Every time I come up with something, you go, hey, look what I thought of. It's like every single show. It's
I don't think she's ever done this since we were kids. We grew up with her.
Don't know him.
Her since we were little. She went to elementary with her.
But
and all of our
there goes Timothy Cecil again.
Moms are family friends, so we just never, known her to be like that.
It's not okay.
Yeah, She's always been probably the most cautious out of all of us, always had great intuition, so it's not like her to leave, and I mean, we don't know him.
I mean, we don't know him. Like that, it's like, I mean, we don't know him. Like that. See what I just typed in? I mean, we don't know him. What else would it said? Maybe it's like, we don't know.
It's not like her to leave, and I mean, we don't know him. We have no clue what.
Maybe it's just, we don't, but I see her make the M with her mouth. You know?
I mean, we don't know him.
We don't know. I mean, I guess it could be just, we don't know. Or just ends with an O and it sounds like an M at the end. But I see the lips make an M, you know, so it's like.
I mean, we don't know him.
See, like her lips closed again. You hear it now. Oh, God. I mean, it could be, yeah, we know, but then maybe she let her lips shut and then the M, sounds like that.
All of us always had great intuition, so it's not like her to leave, and I mean, we don't know him.
I mean, I definitely hear like the M part, but it could be a mistake, like just her letting her lips close that made it sound like that, and she was just saying, we don't know. Okay, that could be what it was.
We have no clue what happened.
Now we're moving like.
When you first heard the news about her disappearance, what ran through your head?
That they were gonna find her right away. I mean, I thought that she just went on a walk or something. I didn't.
Oh yeah, let's see what the caption says. Hold on.
So
this is just what Adobe thought it could hear.
What do we know so far?
Nothing much. She's always been probably the most cautious out of all of us, always had great intuition, so it's not like her to leave, and I mean, we don't know him. We don't.
Yeah, and here it did what I just said a minute ago. It stopped it after no with a period. That's what it ended at. That was what I said this a second ago. However, this is like 80% in here. This isn't very accurate, so we don't know.
No, we have no clue what happened.
I heard it again.
When you first heard the news about her disappearance, what ran through your head?
That they were gonna find her right away. I mean, I thought that she just went on a walk or something.
So what were you hearing, Lisa? All right, Lisa Valenzuela.
I didn't think that she went anywhere. Like, I know my dad was the one that told me. So I was like, no, Cammy, like, I'll just call her real fast. But they were like, no, she left without her phone. Like,
no, I hear at the end, we don't know. But she could have been like, no, we don't know. But like, she didn't really say, we didn't know him. It was more like, no, and then just sort of let her mouth shut and it sounded like an M. Like, she does make the M lip movement.
They've been looking for her since Christmas Eve.
When was the last time you guys heard from her?
Yeah, I'm talking about the whole sentence, though, Lisa.
The last time I saw her was Thanksgiving. My family went out of town for Christmas, so we didn't really. We were in Cali when we heard, and I mean, I expected her to be back, in a couple hours. But when they put out the report, I mean, we couldn't even, enjoy the holidays. We were just so worried about her and her family.
Yeah.
So what kind of person is Cammy? You said she's a very cautious person.
Very cautious, very sweet.
Yeah, it could be.
She was a great person. So, I mean,
it's a great person.
Re-listening to it, even though it still makes that sound, I could say, well, maybe she's just saying, we don't know. Like, we don't know. Like, we don't know. And there's that little continual sound while her mouth closes and makes the M sound. That's what I just said a minute ago, but you can definitely hear that whole thing.
I know this is kind of making you guys upset, and that's not what I intend to do, but what makes it so emotional for you right now?
Who said I'm a conspiracy person? Who said that? God, that's crazy. That's like I'm like the Anti-conspiracy theorist.
Just that, I mean, we grew up with her, you know. Since we were babies, you know, there was millions of times where I know she lives down the street from her, you know. So we always had sleepovers in Amanda's house, and we walked her home so many times, you know. Like, we would walk through that same street that we walked every single day. And I just think it's crazy how, like, you know, the one time she went by herself, she didn't come back.
Wait. So what's this one?
That same street that we walked every single day. And I just think it's crazy how, like, you know, the one time she went by herself, she didn't come back. There were so many times where we all wanted to, you know, like, just we always walked together. We always wanted her to sleep over, so we didn't all three walk by ourselves. But I don't know, I mean, there was no way that she just left, you know, especially for like Hispanics at least, it's such an important holiday, Christmas Eve. So I don't know, I just don't think she would have left for any.
Yeah, but I think if you're depressed, people don't care about what holiday it is. You know what I mean? Like, if you're just down, you're committed to doing that. You're not going, well, it's Christmas tomorrow. That might even make you feel worse because you're not, you know, you're not going out with the guy that you were dating, and Christmas was supposed to be so much greater, you know.
Reason on her own. You know.
That was pretty good. The earwax. Come on, that was pretty good.
Always had her phone, right?
Yeah, she always had her phone.
I never get the laughs, man.
She was a very big music person. She loved music, so if she went on a walk, I feel like she would have taken her phone for music at least, even if she didn't use it, even if she wasn't on it. But she was, out of all three of us.
Yeah, they said it was her at the car, Ashley. Didn't look like a male to me.
Growing up the most paranoid. Every time that she wanted to go home, she made us take her. Yeah, she made sure that we all three walked each other, so when we walked back, it was us two walking back by ourselves after we walked her home. If we didn't want to take her for whatever reason, we made sure that she stayed over so she didn't walk by herself, even if it was a few houses down, just to...
Hey, we need somebody to see if we can get some kind of a challenge going in here tonight, you guys. We're just keep hitting these massive lulls where we're just really struggling to reach a goal tonight. We're currently at about 50% currently.
Be safe. I mean, she always kept her mom updated if she needed to. She always had her location on. She always, I don't know, she's always been cautious. There's, you know, she's never been reckless, or she's never gone out and, you know, like gone crazy, like drunk or like partied or done anything like that. She's never been like that since we were little.
The same thing for you. You know, the emotions are really high right now. Tell me how you're feeling.
Honestly, just kind of in shock. I mean, we can't really believe that this is happening or that it's gone on so long. I mean, we just want her back.
Absolutely. If she's watching this and sees anything like this happening, what's the message that you want to get out to her?
Just come home.
Yes, it's troubling with the mental health angle, and that her leaving her phone was, aside from her having no further need for it, also to preempt dealing with anyone who might try to talk to her. Right. And, you know, the girl in New York from 2021, who was also 19, she she had her phone, and I think she was wanting to try to be talked out of something. This might have been somebody that was more committed, maybe, you know? And it could also be that she was depressed. You know, I'd like to know what the real reason she slept in her mom's room that night, you know? Was it her mom wanting to keep an eye on her because she was worried about something like that, and then she goes missing the next day? Or, you know, it could just be that she was exactly... This is how she feels often, but some other nefarious action happened when she's walking around, you know? That's the thing. But it seems more likely that it's some sort of self-harm.
Yeah, I mean, no one's, you know, we just want you back no matter what. Like, If you don't want us to question you, we won't. Like, I don't know. If anyone knows where she is, just bring her home. You don't have to say anything. You can just drop her off anywhere. You can just make sure that she's safe and she's good. I don't know. I want Cammy home.
Thank you, ladies. Now, where's the search happening today? I know that we're here. Is there anywhere else? Is everyone just kind of scattered?
Yeah,
right?
where are they?
Yeah, everyone's a little bit scattered. I know they were kind of searching through Government Canyon a little bit.
Let's see where that is. Ah. Government Canyon a little bit. That's exactly the area that I told you guys yesterday, remember? On the show. In here. The big canyon, this huge park. And this one's only a little over a mile, like a mile and a half from her house is this area. I wonder why they would think of going there when you see her walking this direction though now. I mean, I guess she could have kind of came around and went in, you know, back way or something like that. Isn't that interesting, right, you guys? That's exactly the area that on the show yesterday I chose to. I was thinking, man, look how huge that wilderness area is there. In fact, when you go up in the air, it sticks out like the proverbial sore thumb. Hey, thank you, Carol Silva. Very kind, very kind. Nah, never heard of it, Mark. Nor do I want to. Good luck, though, buddy. Those people are never not trolls that come in and do that. Let me just say this. I'll say it one last time in here. Well, probably not the last time, but I'm going to say it again. If you're somebody that's following the Idaho 4 murder case, and you're not somebody who's just wanting to keep filling in all the, you know, getting all the surveillance and stuff, and you believe that Kohberger is innocent, you're a brain-dead fool. Okay? You are an idiot. Literally, like technically a stupid person. All right? So just keep that in mind. All right. Thank you very much. All right.
Which is more by like Sotomayor High School and stuff. But I mean, it's really been everywhere. I mean, I think right now everyone's just kind of grasping at straws, every little place that they can go, every little place that we can think of. Because, I mean, there's no way that there's nothing, you know? Like, there has to be something, especially, like, in this year, you know, 2025, there's no way that no one knows anything, you know?
You should probably go talk to your sheriff, who is just now getting people to go look at their video cameras, you know, their surveillance.
That's what I'm saying. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bring camera footage. Like, everyone has it. It has to be something. There has to be something.
Yeah.
Have you heard any leads yet? Anything?
No. I mean,
No.
not really. Everything's just a guess, you know?
Everything's just speculation, just kind of trying to make up our minds about, like, honestly, I'd rather her have ran away. You know, I'd rather her have just wanted to leave than anything else,
but
you know?
Regardless, I mean, I think...
Now, let me hear this last part again.
I mean, not really. Everything's just a guess, you know?
Everything's just speculation.
It's sort of interesting how they're sort of in the same ballpark we are, you know?
And just kind of trying to make up our minds about, like, honestly, I'd rather her have ran away. You know, I'd rather her have just wanted to leave than anything else,
but
you know?
Regardless, I mean, we really don't believe she would have left, but even if she had thoughts about it, she wouldn't do it like this.
She's 19. She didn't have to disappear. She could have just took her car. She could have just done something else completely different.
Leaving with nothing, I mean, that just makes no sense.
I know. Thank you, ladies, so much for talking to us. And clearly got some really good friends, so really nice to meet you guys, and I wish the best outcome.
Thank you so much.
There's the dad.
Yes, I'm Camila's father.
Tell me a little bit how you're feeling right now.
Well, I'm feeling down, devastated, you know. The only thing is my faith, it keeps me going in God, man of faith, and all the support here, community, churches, all over, family members, all over. I know the prayers. That's what's keeping me strong.
Yeah, I talked to your friend over here, and he was telling me how your daughter was just always with you.
Yes.
Kind of like a daddy's girl.
Daddy's girl. She always called her that. Daddy's girl.
So tell me a little bit about how the search is going, where we stand right now.
Oh, we're standing good. They're doing an awesome job, everybody. Also, all the rescues, the sheriffs, the Bexar, everybody. And I know God out there too.
Any leads on what could possibly had happened? I know your friend said that she might have said her goodbyes to you a day prior.
Oh, she came in and said and told me she loves me, but that was usual for me. She was daddy's girl and always loved me, and she loved me and cared for me. To remember that I love you, I said like nothing, She always said that to me, so it wasn't something awkward or different, Never thought unusual, but she ain't.
Yeah, I wonder how that got brought up, that somebody thought she was saying goodbyes.
The type of person would have done something like this. She always put her.
Remember that one case with the Bitcoin or the cryptocurrency guy, and he drove to that park? I mean, that's what's so crazy. There was like some van or something, and then, his brother was always doing interviews, but then he drove to that park, and then he, somehow, I guess he took his life over there for some reason. He just got married or was engaged to somebody else, too. Really weird stuff. But hey, guys, I continue to need your support on the channel. We're still only at like 55% of a goal, so I'm not sure what to tell you. I need my channel relies on the people who watch it to keep it going. And we also donate thousands of dollars every month as well. We've already given 2,000 out this month so far, 1,000 for people that were needing Christmas money, etc. And then we've given 500 to two different charities. One had a matching, so that was 1,000. But yeah, I need your guys' support. If you can buy some channel memberships for people, that would be great. Thank you.
First, she wouldn't put her. She always put anybody first before her. And caring, loving, Christian.
Yeah. So now we have the FBI involved. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, that's what I heard. It was good news from the investigators. That makes me feel great, and I hope we find her. We're gonna find her. We're gonna find her.
I don't know why they're not showing the full video, if there is one. Maybe they assume she's rummaging just from that one still frame. I don't know.
And she's gonna come home safe.
Yeah.
Miss her. Whoever sees her out there and she knows out there, that daddy's here waiting.
Hey, look at that. Timothy Cecil's trying for a wave. Will they join Timothy Cecil's wave this time?
Come home and love her.
Absolutely. We got tons of people out
there.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, this is for the rescue. They were offering, I've been getting help, blessed. I know it's the blessing of God, for us, and everybody supporting. I don't have words for thanking them all. It's gratitude by the bottom of my heart. Thanks to everybody and all around the world. I know those prayers. That's what's holding me strong.
Nearly a week, though.
Yeah, what if it isn't her rummaging through her car, but that's her walking down the street? So then it's like, well, how do you connect those two things? They're one after another. Hey, thanks, Trev. There it is. Look at that. Wave for the gray man. Jump on. Timothy Cecil.
It's nearly a week that she's been missing. It's pretty tough.
It's tough.
Yeah. How are you and the family?
Family good. A lot of support. It's all over. But I know that some of them are not here. I'm from California. I've been here 13 years. I just got like one cousin.
Yeah, I don't understand. If they do have a video of her rummaging through the car for however long, I don't understand why you wouldn't release that.
But all my family's in California, but it don't matter where you're at, but the prayers, They told me Universal.
I thought in one article
Mexico,
they said that they confirmed it was her at the car. Supporting. But today he said
that's what's standing.
He didn't say that.
All the
today.
prayers and the support.
It's got to be hard to not hear from her, you know, for nearly a week, and wonder where she could be.
Well, I worry a lot. I would say she took nothing, no identification, nothing, or her cell. It's unusual, awkward, you know. She's not the type of person who would have done something. I'm not saying she's a runaway or something, but it's totally, I'm state of shock, you know. But she ain't the type of person, loving, caring, with her friends, going to school, you know, nothing out there drinking or anything, nothing, you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're hearing from people.
Yeah, very humble, caring, totally shocked. I mean, for myself, I just feel shocked, you know, but.
Hey, thanks, Saturn, dreaming of Mercury.
You know, I would like to find her. Anything, I know we're doing an awesome job, everybody. You know, you guys too, everybody out here, you know. What I have is just thanks to everybody here in community, I might know, but when they come in, hey, anything we could do, support, I said, just the prayers. The only thing I need is the prayers, and she's out there listening. That Daddy loves her, whoever knows, it hurts, it breaks my heart. And any leads, bring it to the sheriffs, or she could come and she listen, we ain't mad, she just gotta come. I wish she would have told me something, you know. I know stress gets in the way, emotions.
See right there, like he's sort of resigned to the fact that it is some emotional, psychological issue, the father. So he would probably have more information than other people. And he says he wished she had came forward to him and told her what was going on. So doesn't it sound like that they kind of think it's in that realm of some sort? Because he's saying it.
Turn, you know, but what's holding me? My faith. It hurts inside.
Yeah, he does sound like a nice guy.
You know, I broke down a couple times. I still break when I go home. But I know the prayers are holding me down in my faith.
Amazing. Anything else you think, Blake? Anything else that you want to add into the story that we're leaving out?
What could say
I mean, yeah, what does the family think that happened?
Well, I mean, I didn't know she was going to stress, but they didn't tell me because I was telling myself.
Okay, well now he's answering what I was just saying.
I'm a divorce. I'm not with the mother, you know.
Well, I'll just say this again. I called the aunt up yesterday on the phone, and she told me that I wanted to clarify because the media just keeps reporting, oh, the phone was turned off, and then the mom put a charger in it. Well, I called, and the aunt said she actually literally yelled over to the mom, and the mom answered her, and she said that the phone was dead, and she put a charger in it. See, that's different than turning the phone off, right? However, it's a dead phone, and when you get up at 5:30 in the morning, any 19-year-old would go grab their phone and go, oh, my phone's dead, and try to charge it. And then you'd say, well, maybe that's what she was doing outside at her car, and then she didn't find the charger and went, oh, shit, I can't charge. I'm going to walk anyways. And on that one time where she didn't bring her phone, somebody abducted her. I just feel like that's too much, you know, a little too much.
You know, together we've been divorced 11 years. That affected the first time.
And she also said, like the video records and then takes a break for 3 minutes or so. And she said that they slept in the same room, like one of the brothers left, so she wanted to sleep, or, you know, I couldn't even make out what she said about that, but somebody like wasn't there that night, so she went and stayed in the room with her mother. But I kind of think there's some other reason. Wasn't really explained very well.
I had thoughts like that, you know. I was always there for her, you know, whatever she needed. Bought her a car, you know.
I know we saw reports of this being considered like a mental health.
No, I never had no mental, no depression. She was athletic, you know. Yeah. She goes to work out at the gym, athletic, you know, walks and you know, ride a bike, and just athletic and real humble.
Do you think it might have been some foul play involved in this, or what do you think, or where's your headspace at right now with all
Well,
this?
might be. I can't say. I don't know, because
You know what's weird, you guys? They don't know any more than we do. Like the family is in the. Have you heard anybody here with had some sort of certainty? This guy right now sounds exactly how we sound. Paul Marino, not sure if you've mentioned it, but it looks like there is a way for her to get out of the neighborhood. If you look 2 houses to the left. Yeah, we went over that. Yeah. You talking about right here? Now there's this one over here. There's a culvert, right? And then Bad Juju sent me an email and pointed out there's a culvert right here that you can literally get out of there too. Except this isn't where she was seen walking. You know, but look, I mean, that's easy. Go down there, get the hell out of there, right? And that's just, her house is right over the fence there. Is that what you're talking about, Paul? Yeah, so Bad Juju came up with that one, and I had one right over here, but it sounds like she's walking in this direction. And they did say that they were checking that huge area over here. I think they were also probably looking right in this park, right here. I think that's the, I don't know if you're still there, Zozo, but that Facebook video, I think, might be in this park. Right here. Let's see if we can, let's look at that again. See, I'm thinking that it's like one of these banks over here. Let me just look at this again. That was all kinds of stuff along her. We don't know what her route was. That's the problem. They need to release what her normal walking route was. So it also gives people a reason to look at their cameras more carefully. Yeah, that picture there was the one that was interested me. Because that looks like this, doesn't it? I mean, when you look at that, this little dirt path and then these trees overhanging, I think that looks like this. In fact, it almost kind of looks like, I mean, see how there's one going that way? Is there a couple times that it does that? I mean, it could be down one of these too, like this. But I think it's probably in there. And then I think that steep bank that they were going up is like right there. Yeah, let's see if there's a time of year where it's clear. Because it looks like those trees are pretty bare. That's a little more. November. February. Yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of what it looks like. Maybe it's in there. In that video. Alright. Yeah, so we don't know what her normal walk route is, but he mentioned the roundabout, so it seems like that's something that maybe he knew about that was in it, right? Yeah, when did they bring the dogs in? I wonder where the dogs track to. Hey, thanks. Marty's Bar and Grill. Thank you, man. Very cool, very cool. Thank you. I'll tell you what, that my challenge will be if we do 10 more channel memberships. I'll count those 5. If we get 5 more channel memberships after that, I'll donate 5 myself. So 1 to 1. Or I was going to say, if you guys do 10, I'll do 5. But there's 5 just popped in right as I was talking. So if you guys do 5 more, I'll donate 5. Okay, the Brynwood Apartments. All right. They were searching in the apartments? Did he know somebody over there? Hey, Zozo, do you like having your your face on the screen? Brynwood Apartments. Wow, way over there, huh? Maybe he dated somebody, or she dated somebody over here. Maybe they were looking like in there, or what? Oh, well, there it is. Marty's Bar and Grill. Thank you. And there we go. Make sure to hit that like button, you guys. Unfortunately, we only have 200 and something likes, and we need a hell of a lot more than that. So you're going to have to listen to the auctioneer. Hit that like button 10, 20, 25, 30. Hit that like button 40. It's one of the easiest things to do in the world. Use your nose, use your toes, whatever blows. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. It's the easiest damn thing to do in the world. Thank you very much. Hit that like button.
30, now 5, I'm 35.
Your big horse head off. You don't have a big horse head. Ridiculous. All right, somebody said they saw her there. That's kind of, well, I mean, she is headed in that direction, you know. But what did she do? Get to here and then just start walking across? Let's see. What do you do when you get here? Yeah, I mean, shit, she could have came right here to this park. Look how easy that is, right? And then just walked across, but then you'd have to jump over a fence. I don't really see her doing that at all. All right, let's see. Well, what happens if you make your way all the way around to here? Yeah, there's like a water thing there, but it doesn't looks like you could make your way over here. And I mean, this is like totally, now it's just like, okay, we're trying to get her over there. It's crazy. Yeah, and I guess, you know, we can go underneath there, except that's maybe water this time of year. And then there's the apartment, but I don't know. I'd like to know where they were actually searching today. You know what we should do is let's go do some flight radar and see if we can see where the helicopters might have been hovering around. What do you think of that, huh? Let's see. Flight radar. Man, thank you guys up there. Marty's Bar and Grill. And also, Bella Marie. Thank you. Let's do... It's like over here somewhere, right? Alright, so it's kind of right up in... Let's just keep that in mind right there. Yeah, there's that wooded area. I think I'm close. Yeah, it's right here. Alright, so let's just kind of go about like a little bit out from here. And then do playback. I'm going to go back. Let's see if we can see anything coming up. Yeah, but that black car that was over, you're talking about the one that was parked out on the street for a little bit, right? I mean, that one, we don't know what time that was there. It looked like it was much lighter out. It could have been just anything. You know, the problem is they didn't give us a time frame on it. It was 74 degrees yesterday, Linda? My God, that's crazy. And then today it's, I mean, tomorrow's going to be 20. That's ridiculous. Yeah, well, the car behind her didn't move either. Yeah, there's no, you know, there's nothing happening with those cars. It's just, oh, I mean, there's nothing that you can't tell anything, you guys. Listen, let me just say this, okay? All we're seeing in this little video that they put out is a still frame from each motion that was captured, and there's no time associated with it. So there's nothing for us to do with it. Are you saying there's something going on in the one still frame when she's standing by there? Because that car doesn't move. I just want to see, man, if there's a helicopter that shows up. Just anywhere in this area here. This is today. I think we're, what is it, UTC. So they're going to be about like minus 7-ish. So this would be about 11 in the morning. We're waiting for like a helicopter to show up and start doing circles. Right, that's the whole thing is once you see that she's walking around, it's then incredibly likely that was her at her car. Because it doesn't mean anything at that point because she's moving around. So yeah, that's the same concept on that. Right. That makes sense. There's no, the meaning of it goes away. Because she's walking alone. You kind of now have to start right there on that camera, on the dash camera. That's where you start now. I mean, even though you see her at the car, okay, now we know she made it somewhere else and she's still there. That's the last known position where she was moving around, and it's after all of the, you know, the surveillance footage, the, you know, any potential cars, people moving around or whatever. It's after that. Yep, there goes a plane. Right now we're probably like 1:30 p.m. Yeah, it's really cold here right now. I had to buy these like metal shelves for my office. I was getting too much clutter. Now I can try to organize things a little bit. Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like, Mel Stiller. That's what we're, that's the prevailing theory. Oh, yeah. It's weird how there's so many channels that just sort of pop up the second they're ooh, here's my big chance. Let me put this in here. Yeah, that's kind of that area that we were talking about. They're saying right over here, and there's that little park. So you're saying that they were searching in this general area. Man, I don't even know if they were ever using helicopters for her. Well, she went missing on the 24th, right? Why don't we go back to... This would be 1 in the afternoon. There's a helicopter right there. I don't care anymore. You guys can talk about whatever the hell. I'd rather have you talking about weather than nothing, I've decided. I used to care, like, oh man. I mean, I'd love it if everybody was talking about what we're talking about. But I'll tell you what's even worse is when you're talking and 20 minutes later, not one new comment shows up on the screen. You know what? This is a case where I don't have a really strong, gut feeling like, oh yeah. It does. I mean, I guess if I was going to, I think her mental state, because of how much they're talking about it, is a big part of why she's missing right now. Whether or not she went out and took her own life, or she just sort of went off with somebody, just to have a break from her normal day, and the person was like, hey, don't worry about anything, I'll take care of it. I don't know. That's it. But I think it's she's missing because of how she was feeling. Not because... I think it's not as likely that somebody abducted her randomly on her walk. Although, again, given that it's San Antonio and near Mexico, etc., and the trafficking that's been going on, definitely could be related to that. I wouldn't say that's a better odds, though, because it sounds like she had ideations and she had just broken up with a boyfriend. I think those are significant. She had the, take your own life ideations, and then she had just broken up with her boyfriend. It's right around Christmas, the time of year you want to be with somebody, and very depressed. And maybe that's what's happening. Don't know. I don't know. Why, Grant? That's one of those ones you need to say why you're asking it, or it just sounds nuts. So this is like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's see. San Antonio is how many hours UTC? It looks like 6. 6. So that means it'd be 6 in the evening here. I mean, did they ever get helicopters out? I mean, isn't that the first thing you do when there's a person that's missing? There's a helicopter right there. Yeah, that's what I said, Shelky. She walks across the street and somehow she decided not to take the sidewalk and walks on the biking lane in the wrong direction. Like, you're not supposed to walk with traffic on a biking lane. You don't do that. Now, I guess they said she bikes, so maybe she was used to doing that, because if you're on a bike, you do ride with traffic. But on the sidewalks, you can walk any direction you want. Oh, wait, there you go. So that's got to be related right there. Yeah, that thing it's weird because it's not. It's actually circling right around in this area. See that? It's right like that. So maybe that one's not. Wonder why I did that. I think it's absurd that they haven't really done a thing where they want everybody's camera footage. And this guy's spending all of his time blaming ICE. You know, maybe they collected her off the streets, you know, even though she's an American citizen. Well, hey, idiot, why don't you start asking people for their surveillance footage immediately after this? You might have got something. Yeah, they seem kind of lazy, for sure. So on Christmas, getting lighter. Probably too busy to do anything on Christmas. So then they go to 26th. I don't see anything. Yeah. Well, we gave it a shot. We gave it a shot. Is it right in the area? Right now, right in the area? We were looking at it. We didn't see anything. Alright. Let's try it again, I guess. Oh, good. This time we're in the same spot. Oh, right there. Alright. Yeah, it just showed up right after we were just there. That looks like that's at that apartment complex. Right? Isn't it right over here? Yeah, they're searching right there. Right here. And that's really close to that apartment here. Yeah, they have this what is this? Crossing, it's an elementary school. They have that right in the center of that helicopter. Do you guys think that's related? Yeah, the San Antonio sheriff, whatever, Salazar, he said, he didn't blame ICE. He said, you know, I checked ICE because you know how they're arresting, bringing in people that are American citizens, you know, and it's like, no, they're not doing that. Okay. Hey, what's going on? Oh, I haven't logged in. Huh. There we go. I think this is related somehow. I wonder if there's actually police activity going on right now, and this helicopter is overwatch for something going on where they've actually have intel where she might be, and they're doing this helicopter around because don't you find it interesting that it's so close? And thanks, Sarah with an H. Sarah with an H. Issues. What does that mean? That part at the end. Now the scanner feed doesn't have anything. They just have fire and whatnot. They don't have cops. Yeah, because I think it's interesting that it's near the school that Zozo mentioned a few minutes ago. See right there? Like here is where that apartment complex is. And literally from that apartment complex, it's less than a mile to that school, and it's helicopters going around in this area with outer edges actually. You know, if we go up to Green Point Road there, that's right, I think I just saw it right there, Green Point. So that's even closer to that apartment complex. the outer edges of the circle. Well, I don't know when you say close to the last scene. She was last seen right here. And then if we were measuring that from right there to here, that's 1.5 miles, so it's not far away. I mean, if you could fly there, it's probably 2.5 walking. But the helicopter is going around right here. Craig from... You're actually the Craig from Craigslist? Oh my God. I don't know if she used to attend there. I don't have the scanner audio doesn't work. San Antonio, for some reason, does not have, on Broadcastify anyways, they don't seem to have the law enforcement element. It's crazy. And if you can tell me where on there, I mean, I've gone to, let's see. Let's just see what their top feeds are. It's always Michigan, or Indiana's always #1. Look at that, 900 people every night listening to that. So anyways, if you go over here to browse feeds, and then you go to Texas, and then you go to the county, go to Bear, or Bexar, or whatever the hell. I know it's called Bear, but to look it up, there it was. Right there. And then you go down here, and it's County Fire and EMS, NOAA Weather Radio, San Antonio Fire Department Automated Dispatch, San Antonio International Airport Tower, Union Pacific. That's it. I mean, where the hell's the, the cops? It's ridiculous. Live dispatch. How about law dispatch? Oh, is there some other way to do this? It's Austin. What the heck is that? Jeez, this is crazy. Never been here. Yeah, it says Greater Austin. This is San Antonio. I mean, what does this do when you hit listen?
61506 received.
It's Greater Austin, though, so it's not... Not sure why under U.S., Texas, Bexar County, San Antonio, everything in here is Austin. What's the point of that? Yeah, let's type in somewhere on this page. San Antonio. Okay. Is there does it show up again? I think that's it. $4:54 p.m. That's on the 28th. This must be today. I don't know. You can't listen to live anything on that. Not sure what's going on with San Antonio there. Maybe they turned it off, you know, for people. Who knows? What's the name of the apartments? I don't know. Does it matter? Let's see. She doesn't show up in been verified or anything. The Brynwood Apartments. All right. Well, yeah, I'm not really sure what else. Let's keep looking at some of this flight radar. It's already gone now.
To stem the tide for you.
Oh, Jesus, my TV just...
Every team is in that position, but every team...
That's crazy. Let's see. So it did go up right up in that spot for a little bit and then took off. Wonder why it was only there for that little bit. Usually you see it going around and around and around and around. But it was doing something. Any chance you guys could hit that like button? For some unknown reason, we have 350 watching, but only 299. And I guarantee you, a lot of you haven't hit the like button. So just go ahead and hit the like button. It's one of the easiest damn things to do in the world. You can use your nose, use your toes, whatever blows. But you just hit the like button when you go on to a live stream. At least help support the channel that way. It's not hard. Pretty simple. I don't know. I don't think she's working out. All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it for me, you guys. It's been a long day. Got up too early. And then it was really boring. I'm not sure what the deal was on that hearing. I mean, it was being streamed on news outlets and whatnot, but, you know, it's weird when you read what it said. It sounded like, you know, maybe... So I don't... That's why you can't see it anymore. I made it private because I wasn't sure. There was wording that I didn't see because when I click on it, I go straight into the meeting. But if you got a little bit further out in the process, it was like something about not being, you know, don't record it or something. It was pretty weird. Don't know. Yeah, because we're at that point where nobody's typing. It's really slow. We need to have more surveillance footage. And they're getting to the point where they've waited a long time, and they need to get on this right away because some cameras start writing over again. Hey, thank you, Sarah with an H. Traffic on Pony Spur and Mustang Brook. What do you mean traffic on... What does that mean, Sarah? You can't... Google Earth isn't live. You know that, right? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Right here? What are you saying? Google Maps live traffic. Well, what do you mean though? What are you trying to say, Sarah? Don't do the cryptic writing. Just say what you're trying to say. I don't know what you're trying to get me to look at. I don't know what she's saying. I want her to answer the question. I don't tell me what to do. Just tell me what you're wanting me to look at. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't see when you say it's showing heavy traffic. Where is it showing that? On here. I don't see it on here. Can you show me where? Tell me what to do on Google Maps that allows me to see that. I'm right there. What am I doing on here to see that? This is where it's really difficult, when it's just a slow back and forth and we don't know. Hey, thanks, Vicky. I'm just waiting for replies. Where does it show heavy traffic? Is what I'm waiting for. Maybe I can learn a new skill. I don't know where that is, though. I'm on Google Maps right now. Are you still there, Sarah? Oh, to traffic. Okay. All right. And then it's heavy traffic right there. What does that mean? I mean, what significance does it have? There's also right there, look. Heavy traffic right there on Wild Horse Parkway. Does it tell you why or anything? I think she took off, Sarah, with a H. I just want you to tell me like what we're doing. I'm not like a robot where I just start doing something. You know, say, hey, it looks like there's... I'm not even sure what this is saying. Oh. Oh, that's not really that close to the flight pattern. The flight pattern was over here. The helicopter. The helicopter was... I mean, I see it's near where she was walking. That's for sure. Like she was walking right around this corner, and then it's red right there. So maybe that's what they're looking at. But that flight pattern place was over. That was over here. It was next to the school. Like right over here is where the helicopter was flying around. This is up here, but it's just around the corner. So I guess it could mean something. What do you think, Sarah with an H? And by the way, what does the part at the end mean? So it's Sarah. It's your name is Sarah. That has an H at the end. But then what does the dishes mean at the end? Oh, I see. You dish it out. You're like dishing, you know. That's hilarious. That's a long one, man. Thanks. Nope. No thanks. Yeah, it's a different school. This school over here, apparently. Maybe back in this back area. Now, let me go look at something. So, there's this... I'm sure he's at the command center. You would think. I don't know if... Like, that doesn't seem like that's where he would be. Yeah, it doesn't even look like that. I'm not sure where that tent is in connection to him. I don't know if he's even at the same place. I just assumed he was kind of at the same place. That's where the dad is. He's right here. See, this is what I was talking about earlier. This dad is standing right there. Okay, that thing right there is here. This tree is right there. It's right at the edge of a parking area where it curves around. That's what we've got right there. And so he's and you can even see the red line that's down there, the curb. So he's standing right down here, probably a little bit more out. So I think this might be where that's my original thought, was that was where the command center was. At least that's where they're meeting up with the dad. The dad was there. Okay. Dishes as in chat. Oh, right. Yeah, like, dish with Trish or something like that. I see. Like giving out the straight dish, Is that what you're talking about? I just figured it out at the very end. The longest name we ever had on here was, I haven't seen her in a long time, was Crystal, a.k.a. Beaver Gaming Sub Crystal. You guys remember that? It was Crystal, a.k.a. Beaver Gaming Sub Crystal. Whatever the hell that meant, nobody knows. But and then we also had somebody named Caspian Horses Rock. I just saw a Caspian up there. I don't know. It was just her son somehow created her username and it turned in this really long thing. So Crystal, also known as Crystal, aka also known as Beaver Gaming Sub Crystal. I don't know, man. It was. You need to head over to Pony Spur and see what's up. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why they have that traffic is slow there. What do you think that means? So you think there is police presence there? Well, that'd be interesting if she walked down like this and then here crosses across and then goes into this area. I mean, but why wouldn't you have just stayed on that side of the road the whole time to do that? And the helicopter wasn't circling there. I don't know. I think there's going to be a resolution to this, like, overnight or into tomorrow. That's what I think. Yeah, they changed it where everybody has the @ symbol next to it. But anyways, thanks, Sarah, for letting me know about that. I didn't know what you were saying. So when you want me to do something, explain what you're seeing, and then tell me what to look at. Because I don't have any idea what your people are referring to, because I'm doing my own thing. They're saying they brought out the search dogs. Mm-hmm. So where was that Google Maps? Does it say why anything's like that? Because now it's longer even. Earlier it was a little different. And that's just a neighborhood street. So why would it have that? It's green, 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 and then it's slower here. Almost like, again, law enforcement's creating issues right here in this area. And then, I've never used this before. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, I mean, why would this be red like that? This is just a street where you'd probably have no problem driving through. Yeah, it got actually more, you know, like as if, you know, it's even more backed up. And then right here, it's yellow, yellow, red, red. So something right here, which is interesting because she just went, her last known position is basically, let's see what it looks like up from above. Okay, just left of that street. So yeah, I mean, just look at it like that. This is where she was last seen walking, going around this corner. And now this street right here is backed up and there's yellow. And I mean, I don't know what it means. You know, we could just be looking at a red herring. I have no idea what, you know, it's saying that, oh wait. So now, yeah, then it's red here. Like almost like there's cops letting people through, but this street over here is black, you know, blocked up. And these ones you can drive by because they just have a cop parked right here and you're able to drive by and then get out, but it's slower because there's somebody regulating the cars coming in. So it could be, you know. No, because the family isn't anywhere near there. That's not where they are. The family's up here. Or right here in Caspian Springs. They're over here, so you would park over here, not over there. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Well, I'll tell you what, if there's breaking news or anything wild, I'll come back on a little bit later. But again, thanks everybody for supporting the channel. We got one more regular day, and then we have our donation night coming up. But get the very end there, thanks to Nope No Thanks, Vicky Cobb, and Sarah with an H, and Sarah with an H, I think, right before that. But I think I thanked everybody, right? Didn't I? Or I'll do it again. Jason, Cowan, Tina Marie, Jason McCowan. Maybe I didn't. Brooklyn Knights, or Brooklyn Knight, and then Vicky Cobb, Karen Morrison, Saturn Dreaming of Mercury, Jason McCowan, H. Doc, Bakalula, gifted 10, then Trev, then Brooklyn Knight, then Saturn Dreaming of Mercury, then Michelle H., then Grant, 2 months, then we had Timothy Cecil, Saturn Dreaming of Mercury, Grant, then Carol Silva, gifted 1, Timothy Cecil, then Trev, then Saturn Dreaming of Mercury, then Bella Marie, then Paul Marino, then Marty's Bar and Grill came in and gifted 10 memberships, then Bella Marie gifted 5, then Marty's Bar and Grill, he gifted 5 more, then I gifted 5, then Saturn, or Saturn, Sarah with an H, Dishes, Sarah with an H, Dishes, Vicky Cobb, and then Nope No Thanks gifted a membership right at the end there. Let's see if there's any updates on this. But it kind of looks the same as it did a minute ago. It would be cool if there was live traffic cameras. Do they have those? Let's see. Let me check one more thing. Live traffic cameras in San Antonio. What's Mr. Sprinkles going to be doing? No traffic cams in this region. Man, San Antonio, something's wrong with you guys, man. You guys are... Okay, let's take a look at this. Alright, alright. This is getting in the area. There's one right there. I guess there's a camera, something right there. I don't know. I don't know. That wasn't really working. Well, where is Sprinkles? Do they live right there? It said he saw mom and aunt leave the home very quickly. He said he'd check it out. Oh, really? What do you mean? How did he see them leave the home really quickly? Huh. Well, let's throw that away. I mean, God, it's crazy because she could go anywhere. He lives on Caspian, okay. Are you out there, Mr. Sprinkles? Mr. Sprinkles. That's the mouse in, was it The Green Mile or whatever? What was the name of that movie? Not The Green Mile. It was whatever it was with Tom Hanks and that big guy that was sort of God, put him on Earth. Could cure people. Right. I hope we're not going to have to wait forever. You said it wouldn't be long? Okay. I guess he's not listening still, though. Hello, Joe Morton. Man, I don't use TikTok. Well, is Mr. Sprinkles back? Anybody know what song that was? Everyone donate even $1. Do it for Sprinkles. Hey, there's Mr. Sprinkles. Domestic violence situation. Couple cop cars not related. Oh, well, you know, it's kind of, hey, you know what I appreciate though? Was learning that's a skill. That's a cool thing to look up, you know? To see where things might be going on is that traffic, you know, situation. You can kind of use it to triangulate. Well, thanks, Mr. Sprinkles. I appreciate it. And thanks for making me wait there, Sarah, with an H. We got the answer. I mean, wow, how crazy is that? That close. Right around the street. Why do you think the mom and dad left, or the family left so quick, though, Mr. Sprinkles? What do you think about that? Were you able to, I mean, did they look like they were, like, running out of the house, got into their car, and drove away really quick? Can you describe that? That's right, Cindy. You got it. Cindy J, who never comments at all, but had to get that one. I don't know if that's the name of the rap, though. What's the name of that one? That's... I guess it is. I've created a monster. That's the name of it. No, I don't think that's it. The lyrics, I've created a monster. It's called Without Me. That's right. Without Me. Created a monster is the first line, but Without Me is the name of the rap. Now, what did you say? Running out fast to car and sped off. Her mom driving. She never speeds either. Ah, wow. Maybe they're notified about... Yeah, that's probably what that is, Mr. Sprinkles. So, if you guys hear anything, send me an email, and then maybe we'll go live again if we get some information, okay? All right, so, you know, the new information today was that they have her walking out from the house, and... you know what? Actually, the timing of them speeding away in the helicopter could mean something. That was over by that school, so we'll see. Hey, Mr. Sprinkles, I got an email. Can you send me an email? Here, look. Here's my email, okay? Right here. There's my email, and send me any updates you got. Just send them to me. I'll keep track of them. Many of them seem like, whoa, we'll go live again, all right? And then maybe I'll set it up where you can come on, and if you want, you can talk. You don't have to have your face on there or whatever. So, anyways, thank you, you guys. Appreciate your support on here. We're just trying to put all the pieces together and figure out what's happening. We do have her further away from the house now, walking down on Wild Horse Parkway, just prior to Shetland Wind, I guess it's called. Hey, thanks a lot, Sprinkle, or Mr. Sprinkles. Yeah, they might need them to identify. Yeah, well, I know. We can all kind of guess at why somebody might be rushing away from the house. All right. But anyways, thanks everybody for being here. We'll talk to you guys a little bit later. But thanks for watching, and as I always say, until next time, be safe out there. How long was this? This was almost 3 hours anyways. Man, I've been on for a long time today. The other day took me, I've been on for 5 hours. It's crazy. Including the earlier show is what I mean.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for
Thank
quite
you,
a while
freaks.
now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person.
Not even one, Gray?
Not even one.
Like rejector, I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get you on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Greg is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pop protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector on his spectre. With all respect, y'all, just remember I've a temper fucking check ya. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll say it to you straight without a blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender.
Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody?
Well, hopefully I get to watch the game. I was kind of wondering. But I've been on for so long, I need to take a break anyways.